Hello everyone, good to have you back on the channel. So in this video we are making a sleeve. So the first thing as usual is to get your starting point line. So after getting the line, the next thing we'll do is to get the sleeve length. That's where you want the sleeve to stop. If it is a short sleeved, 3/4 sleeve or long sleeve. So you mark the points. For me it's a short sleeve, so I've marked the point, and then you draw the line like this. So after drawing the line, the next thing you need to do is to impute the round sleeve. So for me it was 12 divided by 2, which made it 6, but I made a mistake there. I imputed 5. I corrected it at the end of the video. So now the next thing is to get your cap height. So to get the cap height, just do your bust divided by 10. Okay, so for me it is 4, so I've imputed it, and that's the line right there. After imputing the cap height and drawing the line, the next thing we need to do is the armhole divided by 2. So after doing the armhole divided by 2, when you divide your armhole by 2, place the measurement like that, and then draw a line joining from that point to the starting point line like this. So after doing this, the next thing to do is to divide that line you just drew by 2. So after dividing it by 2, you have 2 portions, right? So the bottom portion you divide by 2 again, and the other portion at the top you divide by 2. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So I'm dividing the upper portion by 2 again. So now we'll proceed by that first point that you have there, just go up by 1 inch. Then the last point there to come down by 1 inch. Then you have that midpoint go up by 0.5 inch. Now we are going to be drawing our curves to join the point. Okay, so the first curve we are drawing is for the back armhole. You know, the armhole, you have both front and back, so this is the back portion. So you join it like this, just the way you're seeing me do, and then you connect it to the end of that line, just like this. So after connecting this, the next thing to do is to draw the front curve, So for the front curve, we are also going to be joining the points like this. So after joining this, you're just going to connect it to the midpoint like that. Okay, so I'm just smoothing the place because it looks too sharp, so I'm just making it smooth, making the curve as smooth as possible. So now we have the back and the front. Notice that I didn't join to the 5, I joined it to 6. That's what I said, I corrected. So my round sleeve was 12 divided by 2 is 6, not 5. So now I'm cutting off, and if you notice, I'm cutting the back line first. So after cutting the back line, the next thing to do is to cut the front portion. So I'm going to open it up now and cut just the front portion, and there you have it. That is how to make a basic sleeve. Very easy. If you have watched to this point, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Alright, so I'm going to be placing this pattern paper on another brown paper, just because I don't want to work on the initially drafted pattern. I'm going to be keeping it aside for other projects. So now beneath the cap height line, I'm marking points 1.5 inches apart. So see what I'm doing. I'll go down by 4 inches, which is the cap height line. Then I'll give 1.5 inches apart like this, and I'm going to be joining the point. So I'm done marking, and I'll join the points like this. This would be a guide for my slash when I'm eventually going to be slashing. So I'm joining the point. After joining the point, I'm going to mark the portions, that's 1 to 5, after which I'll place this back on it and I'll trace out the sleeve. So this is me cutting it off. So after cutting off, I'm going to set aside the initial pattern paper that I drafted, and I'm going to be using the second drafted one for this sleeve. Now I'm opening it up and I'll place this one on top just to get the front portion. Remember that the front portion is different from the back. As you can see, it is deeper than the back, so I just want to place it and trim off that excess part that we have, that we are yet to trim. So you can see I'm just trimming it out now. So after this, I'm going to extend the lines to the other side. And after extending, the next thing I'll do is to slash out into the 5 pieces that we have. Okay, so after slashing out, of course, I'm going to place it on another paper and spread. So guys, this is me slashing it. So the whole essence of going through all this measurement is just so that you have equal spaces and equal pleats. You can as well go ahead and do it directly on your fabric, but it might not turn out as neat as this, and you don't want to make mistakes on your fabric. So that's why I'm going through all this. So the next thing now is to place it on another brown paper. So I'm going to spread all these slashes on another brown paper. I guess that's where the name comes from, slash and then spread. Okay, so I've made sure to spread it out, and I made sure to do it equally. So see what I did. I have 2 inches in between each slash, you know what I mean. So I made sure to have 2 inches spread. So the next thing now, I'm going to sort of trace it out again. So now we have a longer sleeve which we are going to pleat. So when you pleat it, it will come back to the same size as what you had initially. So I'm done tracing out. I'm going to take out the pieces, and then I would cut it out and place on the fabric. So this is me just joining the points that were not fully traced out, and of course that's the back and the front. So after cutting out now, I'll just place it on the fabric and show you how to do the splits, and voila, you have your beautiful horizontally pleated sleeve, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this is me, tracing out on the main fabric now. Okay, so after cutting, the next thing to do is to pleat. So see what I'm doing. I'll pleat on both sides, and then I'll leave the next line and pleat on the other side. So this kind of gives me equal pleats and equal spacing for all the sides. Okay, so I'll do it all the way to the bottom like this, as you see me do. And look at our end result. Okay, so this is how it's going to be. Look at it. So thank you very much for watching, and please look at other videos on our channel. Bye.